Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Chai with Gary. It's another episode after the Tottenham loss, after a transfer deadline that actually didn't let me sleep. But the next morning, even though I wasn't drunk the previous
Last
night,
minute
I woke.
FC, yo.
Yeah. So I'm here with Gary. Gary, Friday night,
Yeah.
3 days on the transfer window. I think 2 days. Seems like an eternity. What's your take on it?
Dude, the only thing about the transfer window is the window is closed now. Okay. That's the best thing about the transfer window.
Yeah.
Absolute shambles, man. Absolute shambles. Look, all this talk about Jaden Sancho coming, not coming, coming, agent fees approved, agent fees agreed. We were
His
talking to
wife is
Jaden
happy
Sancho
for
now.
it, or his girlfriend is
Yeah,
happy with it.
Jaden Sancho's dog's coming, Jaden Sancho's dad's coming. You know, everyone but Jadon Sancho came to Man United. That's the problem, right?
Oh my god,
Tell
man.
you, man,
Fuck.
we absolutely what a joke of a transfer. You know, I had I had so much
Hmm.
frustration in me. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
because you know how
Yeah,
keen
but
I was for Jadon Sancho to come.
uh, absolutely. And
And
you know what? I think it having postponed this video a couple of days, I think has put a lot of things in perspective. So let's break it down a little bit, right? Let's keep the elephant in the room outside for a second. Let's talk about Jadon Sancho the last, right?
mm,
And then let's address what we actually have done,
mm.
right? So let's start off with Cavani. What are your feelings about him? What are your instant reactions? What you've had time to think about it? What do you feel?
Uh, I mean, how do I feel about Cavani? I mean, look, we've signed a 33-year-old, right?
Yeah,
We signed him for free. We've not
yeah.
even like he was basically a free agent. He had not been playing football for
With
7 months.
big wages, though.
200K a week, man. Like, I mean, and the worst thing is like we can't even we can't even convince ourselves that this was a transfer, this was a player we had been looking at for the last 6 months or 7 months or what. Like clearly, he was like like we all went into the shock when Dortmund said, okay, Sancho's not going anywhere. That we just
Hmm.
started, looking at the ether for players that were free. You know,
Yeah.
it was. I mean,
If,
I just don't understand where Cavani comes in.
mhm.
Um, you've
I
got
think, I think now that you said it, I think he's better than Igalo, though. No.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, if okay, I understand he's better than Igalo, but you've got three strikers now fighting for one position, right? You got Igalo, you got Cavani, and Martial. Okay, Martial's out for the next 3 games. That's fine, but you've still got
Igalo's
two,
going in about 3 months.
3 months, and then you got Martial and Cavani fighting for that number 9 position. So I just the thing is, right? I know how this is going to play out. I know
Hmm.
that Cavani is going to come in. He's going to be the number 9.
Yeah.
Martial's, he's going to be forced to the left where he did not want to play in the first place. He's always said that he
Is
wants to play as a number 9. The
I
only
mean,
saving grace is that
mhm.
based on Cavani's injury record, there's a
Yeah.
good likelihood that he's going to get injured. So Martial, might end up playing a number 9 anyway. And here's the thing, right? This is what frustrates
Yeah.
me, right? We go and what kind of scouting are we doing, right? As a club, like we're going after 33-year-olds, injury
Yep.
prone,
Yep.
and probably past their best as well. Like, what is the strategy here with Manchester United?
To find those players, to give them those players paydays. But but you know what? Here's what I think, right? And my thoughts are slightly divergent from yours in terms of who's going to start and stuff like that. I think Martial will still start. I think Cavani is being brought in as a potential strategy too, which would have been, you know what? I'm going to pump long balls. Somebody's going to finish it. Here he is, right? That's that's essentially to shore up teams that we can't break down and we need like an alternative. So, which would have been if Martial gets injured, let's say without Cavani, who do you think will start? Igalo. Would you trust him with Martial's red card that he's now enduring to start Igalo against Newcastle, which will what will happen? I think that's exactly what's going to happen. But just imagine the scenario where you're going to face a game against City, right? And then Martial has a red card, injured, or not open to play, right? What are you going to do then? So I think in that sense, I think he's a better bench offering than Igalo. So I'm okay with Cavani being Cavani, but I'm not okay with the wages that we had to bring him in for, right? We could have signed him instead of Igalo in January, and if that
Dude,
was the
we're giving
case,
him the number 7 as well. Like, what the F, man?
hey, dude, number 7 had no meaning post Ronaldo. It never did. Valencia had it for a while. Fucking Di Maria had it for a while. It's all when Di Maria fucking stank in it. I think it was ruined forever. I think they should retire number 7.
Di
Right?
Maria was an okay player, I guess, but his attitude just sucked. But yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're diverging again. So Cavani, I think rate him 1 to 10. What do you go to 10?
If he plays maybe a 7, the chance of him playing is probably a 3. So I'll take
Yeah.
a 5, somewhere in between 5 or 6.
He's not even going to play the fucking Newcastle
5.
game. That's my problem. Because he's
Yeah.
going to quarantine for fucking 14 days.
Yeah, he's
And
going
he's
to
not going
quarantine. So clearly, clearly someone at the club didn't do their homework, which is
dude, come on.
99%
They
of the
did do
time.
their homework. They went on Google. and they're like best strikers in the world. And somehow they landed up on Cavani because nobody else would move. I think that's exactly what's happened. But anyway, so Cavani, I would give him about reluctantly a 6 out of 10, depending on how
Okay,
he does.
honestly, right? Do you
Hmm.
think he's going to be a Sanchez 2.0? Do you think?
Uh, I don't think he'd stink as bad as Sanchez because his mind wasn't in the place. I think this guy comes with some amount of motivation to prove something.
Yeah, the money, that's a motivation.
And yes, I guess, dude, it's a hard thing, right? So I don't know what his headspace is. I would say he'd do slightly better than Sanchez. I think he wouldn't be Ibra, but I think he'll be somewhere midway between the two. That's my take.
Yeah.
That's my take. I think he'll be better than Igalo, 100%. I don't think he'll. I don't think he'd miss random chances. I don't think. I think he's sharp enough and he's professional enough to finish them. I think that way he's good.
Mm.
He's not going to miss the chances Igalo would.
Mm.
He's more professional than that. And coming, I mean, we haven't gone there yet, but with the out and out winger and a left back in Alex Telles, and if he's going to fucking put those crosses in, I think there might be something in there. But let's talk about them separately for now, and then we'll put them together, right?
Mm.
So next coming immediate segue to Telles. What do you think about that?
Hey, Telles is actually one of the players I'm actually excited about. Like, went onto YouTube, looked at some Telles
Of course we did.
compilation.
Of
he
course
he
we
he
did.
actually he's actually really good at crossing, and I think he's good at set pieces as well. And the best thing is he's left-footed, right? So you got Bruno taking
That's right.
all the free kicks and all right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's right-footed, obviously, and now you got
Yeah.
Telles, who's
Mm-hmm.
got a potent left foot, who's probably going
Yeah.
to give us more options with free kicks, corners, and all that. So I'm
Better than
actually,
Fred, I'm assuming, right?
yeah,
Yeah, never mind. Sorry.
yeah.
It was
I mean,
a
it's
stab at
hard
the
to
back.
compare them, but yeah,
Mm.
I think I'm excited to see what he can bring to the team,
Yeah.
and I'm interested to know how well he'll do in his first season.
I think he'll strike up a good partnership with either Martial or Rashford, whoever plays on the left. I
Mm,
think that'll be really interesting to see.
yeah,
And I think with him being so attacking in his mindset, I think that'll relieve um, the pressure on whoever the left forward is, right? I think, I think, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good, and I think he kind of conforms to this traditional wing back in the sense of putting the balls in the box, running towards it, being aggressive. I don't know how he is defensively. I'm not sure, but if
Uh,
he's half as good as Brandon Williams, I think he makes the cut anyway. So
Dude, he can't be worse than our current defense, right? I mean,
yeah,
honestly,
exactly, exactly, exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
for you to do worse than that, has got some serious questions. Yeah.
Absolutely. And of all our signings, I think I'm the most excited about the left back, though it didn't warrant strengthening. If
Mm,
this means with Dallo going, Williams will start playing on the right,
mm,
I think it strengthens the right as well
mm.
in certain shape or form, right?
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, it has. So we have in the pecking order, we have Van Bissaka. If he's doing badly, then we have Brandon Williams, who could. There's a more, I think, rounded player on the right than he's on the left. Anyway,
Mm,
so
mm,
I think I'm more excited about Teles than anybody else.
mm.
I think I'd give him about a 7
7. Okay.
or
Yeah.
10.
I'll give him a 7 as well. I think he's got a
Hmm,
lot of potential and is at the right age as well to.
right. Yeah. Well, yes. Um, then coming up to the unknown unknowns, right? Coming up to Ahmad Traore, I think, or
Oh,
whatever his name is. What do you make of him?
Pelistri, you mean?
No, no,
Who's
no. The other guy from
uh, uh,
Atlanta,
Ahmad
Ahmad Traore.
Diallo Traore. Man, I think
Traore, yeah.
look, I don't know. I don't know if he played in the last Champions League games last season, but I know Atlanta had some really good players, and I can't remember who was
Yes.
playing there at that time. But apparently, this guy comes highly rated out of Italy.
Yeah.
He's supposedly like the up and coming winger in Italy. Saw
Yeah.
some videos of him. Look really really impressive. Good skills, good pace,
Yeah.
really good left foot. I think he's like he's got a good right leg as well, but he's predominantly a
Yeah.
left-footed.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I'm interested to see. Like, I mean, obviously he came in pretty cheap, 18 million or something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, if he's going to be the Sancho replacement, then
Hmm.
uh, like I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna. That'll be too much pressure on him. I think.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think so. I think he's too young. I see. This is what makes me wonder about United, right? I think we have a good youth set up, and if they wanted youth players, I think that's one bucket they shouldn't overlook,
Mm,
considering Mason Greenwood, Rashford's, and the Williams or Brand Williams,
yeah.
whatever they've done. I think that they're good,
Mm,
right? Now the point is, why would you go buy another 18, 19-year old to replace another 18, 19-year old in what we have right now? For me, it's, I can't explain it, right? What are your thoughts on it? So you're bringing in an
look,
18-year-old to replace a 19-year-old Rashford, sorry, Greenwood.
look.
Essentially, that's the place he's playing, right?
Yeah, look. I question this as well about Manchester United because we're at this point where we've got a lot of young players coming through the team. And I
Mm-hmm.
think because of that, we're lacking a bit of experience around the team. And bringing in further young players, I think, is not going to help the team in terms of experience. And I think
Yeah.
also what we really need across the team are some
Mm-hmm.
characters as well, like some
Yeah.
leaders. Uh, I think Harry Maguire is not going to be a captain anymore. I think Bruno should become the captain. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
would do anyway. And I think by us bringing in young players, I think it's going to dilute the experience further. It's not going to, it's going to look. I can see a lot of inconsistent performances going forward,
Performances, yeah.
and I
Mm-hmm.
think it's going to hurt us come end of the
Crucial games,
season.
especially, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the one that's least. Oh, so give me a rating out of 10.
Uh,
I'm
I'll give him about a 6. He looks quite promising. But
yeah.
again, I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on him to start
Mm-hmm.
performing straight away, and I think it's a bit
Yeah.
unfair.
in my fair opinion, I think it was a redundant signing.
Mm.
In all I can see, I didn't think you needed to. If you were grooming Greenwood to be a center forward or a number 9, then it made sense in the long run. But at this point, I have no trust in our coaching staff to developing him into a Ronaldo of sorts,
Mm.
or whoever the model right winger or a benchmarked
Mm.
good right winger is. I don't trust my coaching staff to do so.
Mm.
So for me, it was a redundant signing. And I don't even want to go into the last one, right? So I'd give him like I'd give that signing about a 5, right? And the last one,
Give him a
Pulastri,
3, man. Yeah, Palastri, Plastery, I think. I know.
fuck
Palastri.
me, dude.
I
They're
don't
not
know.
even with you, fucking.
Well, apparently he's going to go right into our first team,
Gosh.
right? That's what they're claiming. He's
Under 18s. That's the first team he's going to get under.
even that I don't know. Even that.
I how great, how the great have fallen.
Mm. Dude, here's a fact, right?
Mhm.
We've signed 4 players this summer for a grand total of 81 million. That's not even the price of Jadon Sancho
Or Harry Maguire.
or Harry Maguire. This is how low we've stooped as a club.
It pains me. It pains me, Gary, to figure this out. And I can't even begin to communicate how disappointed I am with this. And
You
making matters worse. Sorry, go on.
you're just telling me that your cousin came over, a Chelsea
Yeah.
fan, and he was bragging about you know.
See, he has nothing to brag about just yet, but all he said was, we wanted players, we went and got him, right? And he appreciates that there was levels within the structure within the Chelsea club that enabled direct, quick, and efficient deals being done.
Mm.
And they went a whole season without buying players,
Mm.
and they developed some youth. And this time they figured out they needed someone, they needed some reinforcements, and they went and got them. And they went about their business in a very efficient manner. A player gets linked with Chelsea. A week after that, he gets signed, or 5 days out of that, he gets signed. We are linked with a player in August, and he doesn't make it. So there's the
Bro,
structure of the club is absolutely fucked.
bro, couple of things, right? Chelsea is owned by Roman Abramovich, right?
Oil money, right?
All money, but where does Roman spend the bulk of his time?
Outside, not being involved in football.
Now, like he's
At see,
not
actually,
inside.
yeah.
Yeah,
Agree. I mean, decision making wise, I think he's pretty hands off, and that's really really good of him. I don't think
he's
he
really
questions.
good. And the other thing as well, he stays really close to the club, right? As
Absolutely.
an owner, like
Yeah.
you know, he's not afraid to make the tough calls. He's not afraid
Uh,
to pump money into the club. Obviously, he's got,
yeah.
he's a multi-billion dollar entrepreneur. He's got a lot of businesses and he's worth
Yeah.
billions, right? And the thing is, right, Roman
Mhm.
actually lives, I think the bulk of his time he spends in England, in London. So
Mhm.
he's there with the club. He sees what the club's going through.
Yeah.
He sees when the fans are unhappy. He sees when the club is underperforming.
Yeah.
He sees when the fans are unhappy. He's there when all of this is happening. Whereas we,
He gets the
United,
pulse of the club. Yeah.
he feels the pulse of the club, right? Whereas with us, you've got owners who sit across the Atlantic Sea who don't
So does their
really know
balls, to be
about the
quite
club.
honest.
They're completely hands off with the club. They expect
Mhm.
Woodward to take care of the club and bring the owners money, right?
Gary, two rebuttals just of what you said.
Mm.
Liverpool and Arsenal have owners outside of London as well. I think they're based in the US,
Yeah, but then
right?
they owned by, see, Liverpool's owned by FSG, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Boston Red Sox company.
Correct.
right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
they they're a bit different because they are a corporation
Hmm.
organization, I guess, and they've got, I'm sure they've got structures within the organization to handle the Red Sox and Liverpool and all that.
Yeah.
So Arsenal, yeah, okay, Arsenal's a prime example. Look at where they are right now. Like, the only reason
I
they,
think. Hmm. Yeah. Go on. Go on.
the only reason people are getting, a bit enthusiastic about Arsenal's because Arteta's there now. Arteta's a great
Yeah.
coach, and he's getting the best out of the team right now. But that
Hmm.
team right now can only go so far, right?
Absolutely.
It's rich, it's threshold. They're going to be
Yeah.
there. The most they're going to win is an FA Cup. Um,
Hmm.
if Arteta goes to a club like United or to City, he's going
Hmm.
to be able to take them a lot further.
I tend to agree. I tend to agree, but he comes with no CV either, right? So he's making his CV
Mm.
at Arsenal. I think it's so
So
weird
is
to see.
Solskjaer.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say. So Solskjaer, Arteta, and Lampard are all in the same bucket, right?
Mm,
And it's just so weird to see how some clubs back the manager versus some others who don't.
mm,
I think Arteta got his players of his choice. I think Lampard got more than the players he chose.
mm.
And then there is Ole, who apparently he had his first choice, which was rejected, second choice rejected, third choice rejected. I think he got his fourth pickings, right? In fact, on the last day, he would have done some Google search and said, okay, you know what,
If
who's
he even had a say, right?
yeah, if he even had a say, which is what is my question, right? So overall, I think we were supposed to go into a little bit more, um, you know, a little bit more into other aspects of Man United, but I think this is more pressing in the sense that why don't we support our managers?
Okay, here's my theory, right? I think I think the board are looking at a change as far as
Hmm.
the manager go, and I think the reason why we've not spent money was because uh, I think the club thinks that it's time to get rid of Ole, and they're looking at a new manager. Because this is what surprised me after the transfer window shut, right? Just
Hmm.
after the transfer window shut, there were a
Hmm.
lot of rumors about Pochettino getting linked to United again. It
Yes.
was very, very surprising. And then
Hmm.
the next piece of the puzzle was that, you look at all the signings, right? Because prior to this, Ole was very heavily focused on English talent, bringing up English talent.
Yeah.
And, he's looking at Sancho, Maguire. He just wanted to make Manchester United an English team.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at the new signings we brought in,
Not
it
one
was actual
Englishman, huh?
English. No, there's not even one English player. All of them were
Yep.
South American, Spanish speaking players, right?
Yep.
And, Amad Diallo was the exception. But it really surprised me, when I looked at that as well, it kind of made me think that maybe they've already given up hope on Ole and maybe his time is coming up.
Which is a fantastic point to kind of put a conspiracy theory in the mix.
Mm.
Were these Ole's players or was it Poch's players?
That's what I'm saying, man. I think I think, look, if you look at the next round of fixtures we have, right, we've got a lot of hard games coming up. Like,
Yeah,
even Pep is going to struggle with the next list of fixtures we've got.
absolutely. With the depth of squad he has as well.
Yeah, I mean, we are going to be up against the wall to get results.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ole's, he's really, he started the season shaky. He's gotten progressively worse.
Yeah.
We're getting to the point where he's kind of losing the support of the players within the club. For example, on the last game, Bruno and had an argument with Maguire, I think in halftime, and Bruno got subbed
Rightly
off.
so.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I think Ole needs to control. He's going to lose control of the
He
players
can't.
now.
Yeah.
He's gone. I think he's gone, man. He's gone.
Let me let me get your. I know we're running out of time, but let me get your quick thoughts on three specific instances that have been going around Manchester United, right?
Mm.
Apart from a shit transfer window.
Mm.
The first thing is Paul Pogba, when he's on international duty, he keeps tweeting about how he wants to be a Real Madrid player, and that's a dream. The second one is Bruno facing mental issues, apparently, because he's been, I don't know, physically and mentally worn out about with regards to the amount of responsibility he
Oh,
has.
I haven't read
And
that
the
one
last,
though. Yeah.
yeah, it recently came out.
Okay.
And the last one is Eric Bailly's hamstring strain, right? And what the fuck is going on, dude?
Eric
Look,
Bailly, man, that guy. Oh.
and he's
Gosh.
they say it's gonna be okay, but I mean, dude, what the fuck is happening, dude?
Dude,
What
we
the
are gone. We are Jester FC, Joke FC, whatever you want to call it, man. We've
it makes blood boil, right? It
Look, I
makes
tell you
my
this about Pogba, right?
Mhm.
It was clear going into this summer transfer window that
Mhm.
he made a statement to the club that if you bring quality players into this team, I'm going to be signing a new
Or
contract.
a better manager.
Better manager, yeah. I mean, basically, someone who's going to get him trophies, right? End of the
Dude.
day.
Okay, wait. Before you go any further, I'm just going to rebut that little thing, right?
Yeah.
He coached him as a fucking under toddler player.
Mm.
Now, when you say you were coached by a manager 10 years ago, would you want to be coached with him again? I'm just putting it out there. Putting it out
Look,
there.
look, I think there's a distinction between under 18s and when you get to, a senior level, right? Because
Correct.
quite
A World
often,
Cup.
yeah, World Cup level, right?
I
Because
mean, a World Cup win, right?
like there's it's very very different. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of aspects that you don't get in the under 18s that you need to like work on or be
Develop.
aware of or develop
Yep.
when you're a senior player. So I think, look, Pogba in his defense has been under what, five, no, four, three managers. Sorry, two managers, Mourinho and what's his name?
Ole.
Ole. Yeah.
Yeah.
And prior to that, he was under Allegri in Juventus, right? So
Yeah.
he has seen, I guess, the the golden standard, maybe Allegri, what he is,
Yeah. Seen a golden standard in Ferguson.
Ferguson as well, Allegri,
Yeah.
and then it's gone to Jose, and then now it's Ole, right?
Yeah.
The level has progressively degraded.
Fallen off the cliff.
So, I think he's realized, look, the thing about Paul Pogba is I think he really likes Manchester United. Like, I think
Yeah.
genuinely he does like Manchester United. But I think it's come to a point now. He's what, 27 or 28 this year.
28.
You got to remember, as a football player, you've got maybe 10 years of your life to make the
Yeah.
most out of it, right? After that, it's gone forever.
Sure.
So you can't just think about loyalty and being loyal to the manager, to the club, because end of the day you got to look after yourself. And if you've got a better opportunity to get trophies at Real, at Juventus, then
Mm-hmm.
who should stop you from doing that? Like,
Absolutely not. And just to close this, I mean, you bring out very fair points, man. I have nothing to say against it. I'm just going to echo it and then close it for today, okay? So I think Paul Pogba needs a better challenge, I think, which he's not going to get at United anytime soon. I think he deserves it. I'm not going to call him a best servant of United, but he's he's come and fixed some issues. It was a glory signing, but he's going to go anyway. We always knew that. Um, but he needs a bigger personality to kind of control him. I think he feels the need. I think entire United need a bigger personality to control them
mm,
at this point, unless and until it's made up of 18-year-old babies. I don't think Solskjaer is going to make amends in any shape or form. Um, Even I think Rashford, Marshall, and Greenwood would probably outgrow Solskjaer's coaching very soon. It my ending statement, I guess, for this call is the fact that I think the problems run very deep. I think there are issues that need to be resolved like yesterday or like a decade ago,
Mm.
which I think were perpetuated by the fact that we had such a good manager in Sir Alex.
Mm.
And because he was the paper on the cracks. When he left, the cracks started to appear, and there were these band-aids put by everybody in transition to where we are today, which the cracks are still there. It's just that we've just been putting a filter paper over it again and again and again. And I think the gaps are showing now. I think it's troubling times ahead. Um, before we end this call, I just wanted to get your thoughts on where we're going to finish the season and what are your aspirations? What should your aspirations be?
Uh, I think we are going to finish around 8th. And I think before that happens, Ole is going to get sacked and Pochettino is going to come in.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
And I don't mind that. I don't mind that. And I think something needs to drastically change.
Mm.
And we keep saying this every single manager's reign, right? I think something needs to change. I think we keep hoping for the manager in the previous instances, but I think it's the board.
Mm.
Right, Gary? Good talk. Guys, look, we're trying to make this a channel of passion. And I hope you're us to support our journey. We are young, we are naive, but we know Manchester United. We love them. All I'm going
Hey.
to say
Yep.
is on a Friday night before Gary rants about subscribing to this channel, I wish you a great Friday morning in the UK, Friday afternoon, Southeast Asia, midnight. Anyway, if you if you have any comments or suggestions, please let us know. We're always here. We always will try to
Was
cater for.
watching.
And Gary, go. It's your rant about.
Guys, if you love the video, hit a like on that video and please subscribe. Thank you. See you again next time.
Absolutely. Have a great night. Bye.